Hi, this is the help video for Access Chapter 8. We are on step number 5. And remember, we're starting to look at action queries. And so we're going to look at the action query type of append. And so in the last one, we actually created a new table that didn't exist and put data in it. That was the make table, but this is the append. So we would take data that out of one place and put it into an existing table somewhere else. And so we're going to pull data from the Marketing 2 database and put it in that new campaign table we created in SPA 2. So the first thing we need to do is open up the Marketing 2 database. So go to your downloads and find the Marketing 2. Once that is up, you'll see that there is a campaign table in there. Now we can't use the make because we already have a campaign in our SPA 2. So we want to pull certain records from this table and append it to that table that is in the other database, the SPA 2. So we're going to begin by creating a query in Design View. So once again, this is in the Marketing 2, Query Design. We're going to use table mailing and table campaign. So there's a relationship there. We're good. Let's start bringing our fields down. Mailing ID, customer ID, and redeemed. And then campaign name, campaign type, start date, end date, discount code, department, and details. So if I run it, I get all of the records, but I want to do the department here is going to be this turquoise. Okay, hold on one second. So I'm just going to select this and pop it over here so I don't have to type it. And then the start date should be 4/1/2022. Now if I run it, I get 9 records. Okay. Criteria, click the show. So we got turquoise Oasis Spa, but we're going to take that department away, right? So when we run it, once again, we're just doing a select, but now I want to switch it to an append. So I'm going to come over here and append, and we're going to append it to, here's how I usually do it, another database, and I browse and find it. So I'm going to downloads, I'm going to find the SPA 2, then I'm going to pick table campaign. So I usually, when it's going to another database, I usually go to that database first so that my list of tables is for the receiving, not this source. So I'm going to go ahead and do OK. It's going to put this in here, right? And then if I run it, I'm actually running that action of an append. It's 9, which is what I saw. So I'm going to say yes. We're going to save this as QRY append data. And then we're going to close out of the Marketing 2. And I'm going to open up my SPA 2 again and just see. There we go. So now I have 21 records. So I have the records from the make table, and then I have the records from the append. So very good. So I am done with step number 5. Let's go ahead and look at step number 6. Okay, so let's analyze this step 6. We're going to create an update query. So an update query is where you have information in a field and you want to change a whole set of records information in that field from one thing to another. So in this case, we're going to take anything that's in-house promotions. We're going to change the 331 end date to 6/30. So let's just open up Table Campaign for a minute and look at our data. So we have this start date and end date. So this information that is an in-house promotion that has an end date of 3/31, we want to change all of these 3/31s to 6/30. Okay, so we want to make both of these campaigns end at 6/30. So let's go ahead and create that query. Create query design. We want Table Campaign, and then we're going to bring some data down. So mailing ID, campaign type, and end date. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to limit this campaign type to in-house promotion. So if I run it, in-house promotions, I put those in quotes there. I'm going to run it, and sure enough, we only get those that say in-house promotions. So if I go back, now what I want to do is change this to an update query. And you know what, I'm sorry, go back to a select. Let's go in here, end date, and we're going to say 3/31/2022 and run it. Okay, so we have that. So now what we want to do is we want to change this to an update query, and we're going to see this row right here, update to. We're going to come to the end date and we're going to put 6/30/2022. Okay, and then tab. So what we're saying here is for everything that's in an in-house promotion and 3/31/2022, we're going to change that end date to 6/30/2022. So now if I view this, don't run it, right, I get just that. So if I go back, now if I actually run it, so let me verify here, I've got 12 rows. If I run it, it's going to update 12 rows. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to save this query as QRY update data. Okay, close it, and then let's look at our campaign. Look at the end date. All of those are changed. So updates are really powerful. Okay, next update query. Okay, so in step 7, we're going to create another update query. We're going to limit it to in-house promotions, and then we're going to add in the detail field for in-house promotions, this concatenated field. Okay, so we're going to pull together some of the stuff that we've been learning. So let's create query design campaign. Let's put down the fields that they want. So campaign type and details. So in the campaign type, we want to put this in-house promotion, right? So the campaign type is in-house promotion inside square, inside So all I'm doing here is, okay, so we already have some details here, right? And then what they want, let's see, details will add for a minimum, that a minimum purchase is 50. Okay, so we were going to take this details and add this text to what already exists. So we don't want to get rid of these this text. We want to add to it. So let's go back to design. And to get that, I'm going to have to change it to an update query. So we get this update to row. And then I'm going to zoom. So in here, we want to put details, right? So that's this field. And then we're going to concatenate whatever's in detail or whatever is already there to a space. So I did the ampersand, quote, space, quote, and the and sign again. Minimum purchase of $50 is required, period, quote. So we're going to take whatever's already there and add this to it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to save my query, QRY, update details, and then I'm going to run it. And here's the thing with these update queries. You only run them once because every time you run it, it tries to do the update. I'm going to update 12 rows. Cool. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to look at my campaign and look at this field. Minimum purchase for just the in-house promotion that is placed next to it. Sweet. 7 is done. And I'm going to end that movie here. And we'll pick up with step number 8 as our next movie. All right, thank you.